Hi guys, it's me again, your ever-present and ever-faithful host of Speaking Through the Fog. Today I want to talk about something that I promised somebody that I'd talk about a while back. It's something that a lot of people who have chronic illness have to deal with, and something that I think a lot of people don't think about. So I talked to my family and kind of let you guys see how it affects other people in my life, me being sick, and it affects my children a lot. And my children being affected affects me, so that's what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about um, parenting when you're sick, or being a mother with a chronic illness. So I try to look up like facts to give you because I always like to have like kind of a factual base component to most of what I talk about, but there's not really much facts that I can look up like statistics or figures or scientifically wise for this subject because it's so personal. I did look up different like blog entries and stuff about it and different things people have written in already, and most of them people describe having feelings of inadequacy, guilt, and self-blame. And then at the end they always have this like really encouraging but that's fine because i'm I'm doing really well because my kids are too young to remember me healthy, so I know that's just now they think that's how mommy is, and I'm okay with that. Or don't worry, you're not alone. Everybody feels this way, and we come together, and it's all right, and blah, and you can't help being sick, and all of these just seem like kind of like band-aids on a still gaping wound. Like you can cover it up and try to like seal it closed, but a band-aid's not going to do it. It just bleeds around it or like completely slips off. Or so, um, since it seems to be just personal, I'm going to talk about my personal experience being a mother, um, and being sick and, undiagnosed, and then having chronic fatigue syndrome, which is a chronic illness. So I would say being a mother and having an illness is probably the most frustrating and heartbreaking um, thing that I ever thought that I would ever have to overcome. And, as a mother, you want to give everything to your children. You want to give them, safety, comfort. You want to be the person that they come to, like when they're scared or when they need, they fall down, they're going to come to you, and stuff. And it's just this sacred thing. Your mom gave you birth, and your mom is the one who takes care of you. And I have to watch helplessly, kind of as other people have to step up to that kind of nurturing mother role because there's times I'm too sick to be able to do it. For example, the other night when I was having a really, really bad episode, I think that was actually day one of my bad day series. It's been, yeah, so my blogs don't follow along with my day to day because I film them so far in advance. But yeah, day one, and I was so sick, just like could not get out of the room. Everything was super overwhelming, and I had that day. What had made me so sick was I had tried to go to the store to get some new fish, and I got this husband and wife pair of fish, and I was super excited about it because my fish tank was so boring before then. All it had was like a suckerfish and a homicidal catfish that had eaten everything else. And my girls had loved watching it, so I went to the store and got some more interesting ones for them to watch. Well, I had added them to the fish tank right before I had laid down, and I was like really sick, so I hadn't like showed anybody it yet. Well, Ashlyn, when my youngest, my 2-year-old, went upstairs to take a shower, she went over and saw that there was new fish, and oh, she was so excited. And it's like the fish tank's like right in the entryway by my door, and on top of like I where there's a dresser out there and a mirror. So she was super excited and she kept running around and she's like, Papa, Papa, come here and look at the fish. Grandma, Grandma, come here, look at the fish. And she'd pull him over and she'd point and go like, fish, fish, fish. And she was super excited. And I was hearing all this through the door in my room and just too sick to even move. Barely could take the noise of that, and completely dark, just curled in a ball, cold, shaking. And to watch her or listen to her, I just so desperately wanted to go out there and look at the fish with her because I had put it in the tank for her even, and I wanted to be a part of that excitement, but I couldn't at that point do that. And that's kind of what I feel like my life has become a lot of times. Like, I miss out on a lot of things with my kids because I have to be in the other room listening in, kind of thing. Like, I can't be a part of their life fully. Um, and I really, I hate that my kids won't know me as I was before I was sick, Like, they know me now, and I'm almost like a shadow of what I used to be. Like, I used to be this, I mean, my mom was so awesome growing up. She is like the greatest person ever. She is so driven and she takes everybody's like stress on herself and she never bends. And she gets, stressed and depressed and stuff, but it never lets her get her down so bad she just doesn't do anything. She's just a go get up and go person. She helped my dad graduate high school. She kept a full-time job with two small kids and made it all the way through masters with her masters with a 4.0, and then she almost got her PhD. And right now she's got me, my fiance, my sister, my two kids, my grandmother, her, my dad, and my uncle like 3 months out of the year, living in the house with her, supporting everybody. And she's just this great person. And I always like looked up to her, and she was just this great example. And before I got sick, I was on my path to being like that. Like, she can, even being sick, people can kind of lean on me. And I like helping people, and I like try to relieve the stress from my mom, but I can only do so much sick. And so before I was like, right there, a part of it. And I had a job and I was going to school and I was the youngest archaeologist in the Southwest, and I was really driven and really social. I had lots of friends and really energetic, and I loved getting up and doing things. You could be like, hey, you want to go on a hike? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And then I got sick. And so my kids only remember me as I am now, where it's like they ask me to play sometimes, and I'm like, baby, I can't do that right now. I, went to the store and now I don't feel very good. So it's really unfortunate that no one, that I can't be that person I used to be. And I think they would have really loved having a mother who was like that. And, because that's kind of how my mom is, and I loved it, and I can't take, like, for example, I really wish I could take my oldest daughter roller skating in a roller skating rink, because that was something I loved to do when I was little, and I wish I could do that with her now and share it with her, because I know she would love it, but I would get too sick. I would pass out if I did that. So, I mean, I miss out on a lot because of that. My kids do as well. Um, my, uh, yeah, so I'm sorry, I just spaced out completely. So my poor oldest daughter also, she's constantly worried about me. In the interview, she talked about that a little bit, but she won't let me go anywhere by myself if she's there. Like, if I try to walk into the doctor's office and leave her and her sister in with like my dad in the car, she wants to go with me because she's scared that if I go into the doctor's office myself, I'll fall and no one will be there to help me and I'll be scared, she says. And um um I just have this guilt, this self-hatred. I want to be the mother that I want to be the person that they can depend on, not have them feel like they need to take care of me. And my oldest daughter, I try to tell her that, like, I have lots of people to take care of me. I can take care of you. Like, I'm not sick enough. I can't take care of you. And she still is just like, she's so sweet. She just doesn't want to take that as an answer. In fact, she gets upset if I don't let her do that. The other thing is, um, I had that's really hard is that since I have children, I have this inability to do what I need to do to heal. I can't just lay in my room when I'm sick and in the dark and rest and get better. I have to be up in the morning with my 2-year-old who wakes up every morning at 7:30, no matter how I feel, no matter how I was or how I couldn't sleep the night before, how much work I did the day before. She's up at 7:30, and if I don't get up with her, she's into everything. Of course, she's a toddler, and she's doing exactly what she shouldn't be doing. And she needs to be fed, and she needs to be dressed, and I need to change her diaper. And so I can't sleep. So I get up, and then I'm scared to take a nap with her, because if I take a nap, I might wake up feeling worse, and then I won't be able to get up. So I don't sleep during the day. And then, I feel bad if I don't give them a bath at night, because, it just sucks if I can't, everybody's doing everything for me. And, I have to make her food if I'm not hungry and nauseous. I have to remember to make her food. And then on top of that, I feel so bad because even then it's like, I'm sick, I can't do anything. And then there's those days I really can't even get up and do much. Like, I'm handing her a Pop-Tart in bed because that's as much as I can do. And she gets so bored, and I feel so bad because she's just not getting the stimulation she needs. And so I wind up going out with her a lot of times when I should be staying home, so that she's getting what she needs. And the thing is, every time I do stuff like that, I'm taking a step back in my illness, because I'm just not getting the proper treatment that I need. And I just I don't have anybody else to do it. It's just me and my dad, who's disabled as well. So, um, I can take care of the kids. It's not an issue of that. It's that I take care of the kids, even though it's detrimental to me. And I also feel like my oldest suffers a lot, because my sister, um, or my oldest is, um, what was I gonna say? Oh, my littlest is a toddler. She's so needy, and she takes a lot of my energy. And so my oldest, wants time with mommy too. But by the time she gets home from school, or I'm done with, Ashlyn, I'm so tired I can't really do much with her. She's like, "Mommy, can we do this project?" And I try, but it's really hard because I know that that project is going to make it to where I can't do something later on, or I might get really sick, or I might not even be able to complete the project. And I'm sure she is sick of hearing, "Mommy just doesn't feel really good right now, baby. Maybe some other time. Or can you go ask your daddy?" And I feel bad too, because when I'm grumpy, I try really hard not to snap at the children, because it's not their fault. They're being children and being loud and being in my face and stuff, but it makes me sick. Okay, let's do this again. This isn't turning out the way that